This is the virtual island that we created to exhibit the progress and outcomes of the Connect4D project funded by Team London. You may notice it is in the shape of the city of Greater London. Autis is a charity that works mostly but not exclusively with individuals on the autistic spectrum. The Connect4D project aims to teach young people in Greater London about and promote engagement with local democracy and electoral politics. This map shows the Greater London boroughs. The yellow pins are researchers involved in the project, and the green pins are the volunteers who supported us.
Our researchers met in Weld, some logged in from home and some from our Croydon office, on a regular basis. We had a focus group to discuss what local democracy meant to us, created some definitions, selected 5 key areas and created an action plan. The 5 areas are political parties, elected offices, assemblies and councils, lobbying and voting. Then we contacted a range of volunteers working in these 5 areas who agreed to let us interview them to gain information on how their role contributed to local democracy initiatives that affected young people.
The 5 main political parties that are relevant in Greater London politics are the Conservative and Unionist Party, the Labour Party, Liberal Democrats, Green Party of England and Wales, and UKIP. Also, more recently, there is Change UK and the Brexit Party. For this, we had a meeting with Lorraine Brooke, Principal of the City of London. We researched all the major parties, including Conservatives, Labour, Liberal Democrats and Greens, and many smaller parties, and made a political parties park which has suffered from fly tipping.
Croydon Borough Council is the typical example of how councils are organised. It consists of 28 electoral wards and 70 councillors. This means that there is an average of 3 councillors per ward. In Croydon, these are equally divided between members of the Conservatives and Labour Party. There is also an elected cabinet and executive that runs the everyday services and activities of the council. Also, there are various committees that councillors are elected to run, e.g. covering services including education and adult health and well-being. There are 12 councillors in the cabinet of Croydon Council, including 11 Labour Party members and 1 independent. These are elected in local elections every 4 years. Cabinet members and councillors have monthly allowances based on their responsibilities and duties. There is also a shadow cabinet comprised of members of the opposition party, e.g. Conservatives in Croydon. We had a meeting with Croydon Councillor Jerry Fitzpatrick. For this section, we created a model of the Houses of Parliament in Westminster and a model MP constituency office.
The major assembly representing the UK is the UK Parliament and the House of Commons. Greater London is represented by the London Assembly based at City Hall. Greater London boroughs, such as Croydon, are represented by 2 London Assembly members, AMs, who are elected in the local London elections every 4 years. Croydon Borough Council is run from Croydon Town Hall. The different councils have control over some services like waste disposal and education, whilst others such as fire and police services are still under the control of the Greater London Assembly and Mayor of London. For this, our volunteer Daniel had an interview with Helen Bailey, the CEO of Sutton Council. We also created a model Greater London Council office on the Connect4D island. Lobbying is defined as when an interest group or corporation attempts to secure privileges or funding from the government or local authorities. Councils also hold regular consultations with small and medium enterprises, business groups and local residents about infrastructure projects, community projects and policies. The councils regularly lobby the UK government for funding for local community projects. Local community groups and charities can also lobby the council and played a key role in persuading Croydon Council to declare a climate emergency on July 8, 2019. For this, we had a meeting with Evan Odell of Disability Rights UK. We also created a model of a London MP surgery.
The current major voting systems for local elections in the UK are first past the post, instant runoff voting, single transferable vote, and multi-member plurality. In first past the post, A candidate who gets the largest number of votes is the winner. First past the post is used for most local UK elections in Greater London and has the advantage of being easy to understand and simple for the average voter and easy to count. However, it may lead to lack of representation and a dominant two-party system, known as Duverger's law. Some also use instant runoff voting, where if no candidate gets 50% of votes, then one with fewest is eliminated. This continues for several runoff rounds until someone gets more than 50% of the votes. Multi-member plurality may also be used to elect members to a council or metropolitan seat. If multiple people from the same party are elected, they receive seats according to the collective share of votes received. Note that this is not the same as proportional representation.
Researchers who have worked on this project have gained valuable insight into how local democracy operates and are grateful for the input from our many volunteers.